Welcome to MMA Live Extra from Los Angeles for ESPN.com's Brett Okamoto and UFC middleweight Luke Rockhold. I'm Josh Gross. Looking ahead to UFC 157 in Anaheim this weekend, major moment for women in mixed martial arts, a major moment for the UFC. Ronda Rousey against Liz Carmouche. Put some historic context on it. What does it mean?
Well, it's a major moment. Women in the UFC for the first time. The UFC is mixed martial arts as far as a lot of fans are concerned. So seeing women in there legitimizes them in a way that seeing them in Strikeforce maybe didn't in the past.
What do the men fighters feel about this as they're seeing women come into the octagon? General attitude about it?
I mean, everyone has a different opinion, but I'm for it. I think women have their place. I think as long as they can fight, like Ronda Rousey, of course,
yeah.
I think they'll earn their spot. I think I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see if Ronda can pull off another first-round armbar.
She's done 9 so far, looking for her 10th. All fights total, 7th as a pro. What makes her so effective there?
It's just judo from birth, and she just sticks to her game plan and knows what she's going to do. I think she doesn't stray off course, and she's going to go do the same thing come Saturday night.
Yeah. If Liz Carmouche wins, how does she do it?
It's tough to say. Yeah. It's really tough to say that any kind of game plan that'll work against Rousey right now because, as Luke said, she's been doing this her whole life. A lot of females, they don't grow up fighting. Ronda did with a mother who taught her judo, basically since she could walk. Yeah. So I think if Liz is able to do it, this is MMA, so you always have the one-punch knockout. I don't know if Liz carries that kind of power. Maybe she does. And then I think her wrestling game is a little bit underrated. I think that maybe she could give Ronda a little bit of a test on the ground, but that's a very tall task.
Rousey, yeah? Co-main event, Lyoto Machida against Dan Henderson. Not going to ask for your fight pick. You've been training with Dan Henderson in camp. I will ask you about his knee, though, injured, and he didn't get to fight John Jones. Now taking the opportunity to get back in the cage. How do you look in camp?
He looked good. I was there for the John Jones camp, and he wasn't ready, and there's no way. But this camp, he's healthy, he's moving forward, and he's cutting off the ring right. And I think we've got a great game plan. I was playing Lyoto and moving around a lot, and the whole game, focused on cutting this off. And I really like our chances in this fight, and trying to land that H-bomb.
Looks like a difficult style fight for Henderson, though, the way Machida moves. Quickly, how do you think about Machida's chances? How does he win?
Well, Luke talked about what Dan needs to do, and that's cut off the cage. He was mimicking Machida by circling around the cage. That's what Lyoto is going to do on Saturday night, and Dan needs to track him down and then find a spot for that right hand because Lyoto for years was never getting hit, and now we're seeing that when he does get hit, he reacts to it. Not always in a very positive way. So I think if Dan can clip him, Dan is a finisher. But Lyoto is just so good at that movement and that keeping you guessing where he's going that I think Dan's going to have trouble with that.
Should be a good fight. So Machida?
Machida for me, yes.
Machida?
Hendo.
No. Machida. For Brett Okamoto of ESPN.com, Luke Rockhold, UFC middleweight. I'm Josh Gross. You've been watching MMA Live Extra.